Hey, all right. So I'm recording this actually my surgery is in one more day. So I wanted to get this out to get started on it. Hopefully I'll have time while I'm recovering to do more about garage options. Now it's not dealing with stocks, but what things that you might want to put into a garage that would be special to you. So I just wanted to go through them. It'll be a three-part series. We'll start with excavation. The excavation part we don't do, but on this one you can see we have a little mini excavator leveling off the ground. We'll compact it. In this particular one, I did do the site work, but we brought in gravel. The cost was probably $2,500, $2,500 for I think it was 4 loads of gravel, renting an excavator for a couple days, doing a little leveling, a couple people working. So that's kind of like the basic price that you might pay for site work. That's super basic. This was a well-drained spot. There was no clay. Everything was fine. It does get a little more difficult when you hit clay, or if you're downhill of a hill, and the water would run towards it. So then you have to go with a frost wall. Frost walls, it's not just concrete. You also have to have an excavator, more fill. You have to excavate all the way around, and then backfill after the concrete is poured. It's quite involved. You're going to spend pretty easily $10,000 more to do something like that. That's why I kind of like the slab aspect of doing that. It's really efficient cost-wise, and it lasts really well. We've done about 500 slabs this way, and we've had really great results. Before I go on to more options, there's if you like my videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, make a comment, and we'll talk about stuff. I'd appreciate it. So the next thing, let's see, what is the next thing? The basic concrete, we typically pour a 3,000 PSI concrete, Air Entrained, which air entraining is it's an interesting term. You'd think it was air, but it's a liquid that they add to the concrete. What it does is create molecule-sized air bubbles in the concrete so that it will absorb moisture in the concrete. So it gives you, it takes away a lot of the movement of the concrete just sitting there. It's highly recommended that you get something like that. That's included already in the concrete. 3,000 PSI concrete's $142, I think now. Just keeps going up, of course. So you can go to 3,500 PSI. That's another $3 per yard. In a 24 by 24 garage, it's typically 12 yards or so. So you're looking at another $40 maybe. And then you can go 4,000 PSI, all of 5,000. Sky's the limit, I guess. We hardly ever go over 4,000. A curb stop. This is going to be something new this year we're going to add. I don't have any video of it, unfortunately. We do cement blocks quite often, a row of cement blocks around to get it up. That's probably $700 or $800 more to do a row of cement blocks. The curb stop will be probably about the same. I hope to be pricing that out here in the next few weeks. So we'll have it ready for spring. So we use a 1/2-inch rebar, a mat of it, spaced 2 feet apart, going both directions. You can use wire mesh if you want. Steel mesh is about $50 less per garage slab, just as a thought. I've never used it. I like the rebar. It's just very substantial. Really ties, especially the perimeter, together really well. Fiber mesh is another option. I believe fiber mesh is somewhere around $8 per yard mixed. They take it's a bag of little fibers. So fiber mesh, just little fibers. This is similar. It's not exactly like that, but it's really fine. People will swear by that. They'll put that in the concrete, and they say it holds it together. I've been around too long before this came in, and I'm not really sold on it. I have used it in slabs in conjunction with rebar. I would not use it just without rebar, or if people want to use mesh as well. A lot of people have asked about a car lift in their garage, and so we have prepared the concrete for a car lift. Typically, they want a minimum of 4,000 psi for a car lift, and generally they want 8 inches thick. So what we've done is we've hollowed out in the area where they want the lift. Well, around that, we'll go a couple feet extra all the way around where the lift is going to be bolted in. Some lifts have kits like anchors that are all made up that you just set into the concrete, so that after you've poured, you can assemble it on those anchor bolts. Some people drill after the fact and put in wedge anchors to hold it down. So that's for the concrete, something like that, for just the added concrete costs and labor. You're looking at another maybe 2 yards of concrete. So another $600, $700 to prepare for a car lift. So what else do we have? Another thing that we'll occasionally do is an apron, is what we call it, on the front of the garage as an approach into it. Quite often it will just be gravel brought right up even to the top of the concrete, so you have a smooth transition going into the garage, driving in. An apron is nice. We'll slope that down. We did it actually in this one. You can see where it slopes forward like that. That works pretty well. Keeps it doesn't wash out, and it makes a good approach up into the garage. We've done them as much as 20 or 30 feet, a big pad outside for people where they want to wash their cars or something. So we've done that. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Please check in again. Hopefully, this is part 1 of options. Part 2 and part 3, the second part will be options for a single-story garage. Part 3 will be for a 2-story, because there's just, once you get the concrete done, there's quite a few options with that. But once you get into the actual building, it can just go wherever you want. So we'll see you later. Thank you.